Hey everyone, welcome back to Shkrets, where we break down wild stories and spill all the tea. If you're new here, I'm your favorite faceless YouTuber for now. I'm on the road to 50K subscribers, which may seem ambitious for someone with just 80 subs, but you've got to set big goals to keep the motivation flowing. So, if you like my vibe, hit that subscribe button. So, I was casually scrolling through the internet, not minding my own business, when I stumbled upon this story, and I just had to share it with you. It's messy, and it's got some layers. Let me break it down for you. I'll share the story, explain the dilemma, and give you my advice at the end. Let's dive in. So, here's the scoop. This woman is separated from her husband, or as she calls him, her baby daddy, but they're still living together. They aren't romantically involved anymore, but they're sharing the same space. Now, even though they've separated, living under the same roof, that's a tricky situation right there. On top of that, she's been talking to another guy, but it's not serious. She only sees him when she needs something from him. Let's just say she's using him for supplies. This guy is filling in a gap, but there's no real emotional connection there. Then things take a turn. She ends up having sex with her baby daddy. It just happened. A few hours later, she meets up with the supplies guy, and while they don't go all the way, he does give her oral. So now, she's been intimate with two people on the same day. The part that surprised her, she doesn't feel bad about it. No guilt, no regret. She even admitted that she's surprised by how normal she feels. Naturally, this had the Facebook group buzzing. And let me tell you, people did not hold back. Some folks were like, "Girl, why don't you just get your own place?" And she replied, "I do have my own place." Hold up. You have your own place, but you're still living with your ex? How does that even work? Is she bouncing back and forth or just keeping that place as backup? Is it her place, but he's saying there? It is a bit confusing. Either way, staying with your ex when you have somewhere else to go, that's just setting yourself up for confusion. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't handle that. Then others were saying, since you feel no guilt, you've clearly checked out of the marriage emotionally. Just file for divorce already. I mean, if you're living with your ex and still feel nothing after being intimate with two different people in one day, yeah, maybe it's time to make some decisions. It's like she's dragging out something that's already over. But here's where things got real. Some people just shrugged it off completely, saying, "Why feel bad? Men do this-ish all the time." And someone else chimed in with, "Right, and with no regard." I mean, where's the lie though? It's a double standard we see all the time. But let's be real, just because some people get away with it doesn't mean it's emotionally healthy, right? Then there was this one comment that had me absolutely hollering. Next thing is going to be, "I'm pregnant and I don't know who the dad is." Whew, people were going in hard, and honestly, I couldn't help but laugh. But jokes aside, there's a lot to unpack here. The fact that she's this emotionally detached is something she's going to need to confront sooner or later. Just because she doesn't feel guilty now doesn't mean she's out of the woods emotionally. Sometimes, when you're emotionally checked out, those feelings might not hit you right away, but they have a funny way of catching up with you later. Ignoring them doesn't make them disappear, it just delays the inevitable. Living with her ex, even if they're not involved romantically, is definitely blurring the lines. I get it. Co-parenting can make things complicated, but this situation is like trying to move on while still holding on to the past. You can't fully step into your future if one foot is still stuck behind, right? Here's my advice. First things first, create some real distance from the baby daddy. I'm talking physical distance. Living together when you're trying to heal or move forward, that's just going to keep reopening old wounds. She says she has her own place. So why not start by living there and seeing how things go? I know it's probably more convenient for her to stay in one place, but at what emotional cost? As for the supplies guy, listen, sis, you need to stop relying on someone just for what they can give you, whether it's free stuff or physical satisfaction. You're using him as a distraction, but distractions don't heal deep emotional wounds. If you don't really see a future with this guy, you're just creating more mess and confusion down the line. And let's be real, you can only juggle two situations like this for so long before it all comes crashing down. Now, I understand that sometimes when you're in a tough spot, it's easy to get caught up in what's convenient. But convenience doesn't equal happiness. It's time to figure out what you truly want. Are you trying to move on from your ex, or are you keeping him around because you're not ready to let go? And is this new guy just a temporary fix, or is there a chance for something more meaningful? If not, it's probably best to cut ties and focus on healing. Look, I'm not saying it's easy. Letting go is hard, but trust me, she needs to stop avoiding the real emotional work. If she doesn't, she's going to find herself in an even more complicated situation later on. All right, guys, that's a wrap on today's Shkrets. What's your take on this situation? Do you think she's truly over her ex, or is she just avoiding dealing with the emotional work? And how do you feel about using someone for supplies? Let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching my videos. I love making them, and it's always great when they're well received. If you haven't already, subscribe if you like my vibe. And remember, stay away from your ex, unless you're trying to add some drama to your life. Until the next video, bye.